G'day friends and fans, welcome to Dave Talk Stuff. I'm your host, the author David Applegate, author of the books The Boyhood of Cade, Power Games, Into the Housebound, and Erotic Tales from the Empire, Part 1 coming soon. Thank you to all those who support the channel, and if you'd like to support the channel, you can buy my books, buy my merch, and of course, join my Patreon. All my links are in the link tree, and a little website with all my links. Now the war against censorship is heating out, with more and more people speaking up collectively saying, collective shout does not speak for every adult. Adults have the right to choose what entertainment they engage with, and advocacy groups should not be allowed to dictate what legal fiction is acceptable. Many have said they may be low effort content, they may be pornographic, but it's not up to collective shout to describe them as they have. That these are not what collective shout is claiming. But people are pretty much accepting blindly collective shout, or were for over a decade. Collective shout have power because for a decade they have been bleating, actually for 15 years, bleating like sheep and scaring politicians behind the scenes. But more and more, they're being hailed as a conservative group. Doesn't mean they're right-wing, folks. This is what people don't get. They assume... Anyway, they're fanatics. That's the what they truly are. Now, recently they got Steam, and 2 days ago they got to Itch. And Itch is still shadow banned, despite taking down games not suitable for work. It's still down. It isn't just affecting games. Once thriving authors from LGBTQ, trans, other groups. So the left is suddenly realizing that, wait a minute, yeah, they're not just coming for heteros, they're coming for everybody. All sex, not just the dirty or the illegal or the immoral, all sex. Even bikini girls. Visa, Japan, shut down payment processing. And they said it was legal. And they acknowledge the content is legal. Yet they claim it's to protect their brand. But they have an illegal market monopoly. You can't just go and change your card. If you change to Visa to MasterCard, it doesn't matter. It's the same company. The payment processors operate as one company. Doesn't matter who it is. They're all in it as one company. She claims to be anti-pornography, anti-prostitution, anti-abortion, a pro-feminist, stands against violence against women, supposed to be a conservative, and supposed to be a Christian. But she's even gone after non-pornographic games. And this is where people have finally woken up and realised that she is not left or right, she's a fanatic. She started on the left. She built up her reputation as a hero and then started Collective Shout back in 2008, claiming it's a grassroots movement. It's anything but grassroots movement. And this so-called... this is where she's gotten into controversy. She supported, for the last 10 years, she supported cuties and other empowering or liberating that self-objectification is perfectly legal, even if it's a 9-year-old girl doing the splits on stage for... Yes, she's a hypocrite. This, folks, is why she gets so much funding. She's a front for a collective from OnlyFans who are using her to get rid of the competition. So you only have to buy their content. Now, this was 13 years ago, but long-term opponents already back in 2012 were pointing out that she's a hypocrite, and it unfortunately went nowhere because she uses the term and hides behind free speech, but she slanders people, but nobody will take the case against her. But many journalists over the years have pointed out the 50 Shades of Hypocrisy, that what they won't say out loud is that they protect mummy porn and see it as fun, harmless, even liberating, and above critique or social judgment. But daddy porn is horrid and depraved. She would instantly jump anything that supports the claim that anything that, no matter how much, right? Yet when it comes to popularity of 50 Shades of Grey, she's consistently silent. So you show an ad for bikinis on TV, she'll be horrified. I mean, she won't be horrified, but if you have a fireman calendar, she won't be horrified. But if you have a bikini girl calendar, she'll be horrified. There's very little precious outrage for her and her group until recently, where they escalated their campaigns and started going after the mainstream processors, the big ones. Now, Elon Musk has joined the fray, and he's looking at bringing forward his plans to launch his own payment processor. I think it's just opportunism. I don't think... I really hate opportunism, but because if we're locked into one payment processor, they could charge the fortune, just like OnlyFans. That's why they're protecting OnlyFans. They're making money off it. Visa and MasterCard get a huge cut of the OnlyFans payment. Anyway, there is a petition against them, and it is gaining ground. Yesterday it was at 77,000. Today it's at 133,000 and growing. And more and more people have joined the battle against Collective Shout, realizing that it's not just pornography, it's not just gooners, it's everybody. Now suddenly realizing the Collective Shout is coming for everything but their own self-abuse, basically. If porn is abuse, then they're abusing themselves. But that's okay. But I'm not allowed to I'm not allowed to even do fictional art. They've shut me down on Patreon. This is ridiculous. I've lost all my patrons. Nobody will sign up because their credit cards won't be processed. Collective Shout was able to get porn banned With only 1,000 phone calls, we should do the same and more. Hold up these numbers. Put them down. Yeah, they're defending cuties. Because it's self-abuse. Even if it's a child showing off their body, they don't care. It's only when you... And look at their symbol. It's a butthole. It's exactly what they are. Buttholes. Alright, so they are privileged. But they're losing followers, apparently. Yeah, look at 10K. That's after how many after over a decade on Twitter with only 10K followers. Yeah. They're turning off comments. Yep. They're turning off comments and protecting their tweets. And look at this. Look at this. This is the group behind it, folks. They're anti-Jewish. They're anti-Semitic. That's a reality. They are evil. They're masking themselves behind protecting children as a means to mask their anti-Semitism and their pro-Islamist stance. They constantly claim that they're protecting sexualized and exploited children, but they're not. They claim it's a powerful protest against the sexualization of girls. No, it was that was advertising children as sex objects. And Netflix still defends it. De-indexed. You cannot search them. You cannot find them. But if you know the URL, you can still get them. Censorship is out of control. Yeah. Not just... And it's going to come after AI as well, yes. They are... They're going to ban the Death Star, of course. They're not the Death Star. Yeah, tries to take down Detroit, Become Human. Yeah, because that's a... Yep, video games, yeah. You know why they hate these images? Because they look like, yes, that's right. They're old and ugly women. And they're jealous. They cannot stand other women getting all the attention while they get none. Yeah. We got Sweet Baby Inc. shut down. We'll get Collective Shout shut down. They're the same group. They're all fronts for the same group. And eventually, we'll wear them out where Visa and MasterCard must be broken up. Nancy Pelosi is behind this. She's a crook. She helped create this Visa MasterCard conglomerate. This 90% market share. Here we have more people every day speaking out. Don't like it? Build your own Twitter. Don't like it? Build your own processor. Payment processor. Build your own. And then, government? Yes. Yep. Yep. Didn't like it? They banned you. Build your own Twitter. then so they create a gap. Then what they do, they pulled the plug on both. It says build your own processor. Don't like it? Build your own. Yeah. They shut down all their opposition. And of course people realise that, yeah, well, then we'll just build our own government. And again, they're claiming that it's... they claim outrageous claims against people. But it's all... it's all content. And all this content they claim is incest or rape or child abuse. Isn't it amazing that the left was LGBTQ plus were all opening, feminists were all opening up, and all of a sudden, as soon as the right said, yeah, go ahead, now they ban it. Why? Look at her. That's the face. There it is. Look at her. Bitter, ugly, worn out, smug. Send a clear message that she does not control you. Shut it down. Shut down her group. Shut down all these censorship groups. We need to destroy I don't care if MasterCard gets destroyed. I don't care. Because they are evil. The company shareholders should be harassed. Because if the left can do it with 1,000 phone calls, we should do it with thousands of phone calls. Make sure that they know they're going to lose everything because of her. Because she doesn't suffer the consequences of her actions. She doesn't lose her job for lying. She doesn't lose a fortune. She loses nothing. And that is wrong. She's taken away my income. She's taken away the income of thousands of people. And we can't do anything about it. No lawyer will touch it with a barge pole. And that stinks. So thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Please support me on Patreon. Stick it to the bitch. Buy my books, buy my merch. Shove it up there. Collective middle finger at them. Put this cow out of business. Please. They're destroying the ability for people to make a legal living. Entertaining people legally with a legal product. Yet they deny us payment processing. Either by stealth or under the guise of public safety. Or they just cut our posts. Or just shadow ban us. It's ridiculous how much power this evil has. And you think they're going to be satisfied with just porn? They won't be satisfied until everything is under their control. They'll say, what are you going to do? Wait for them to start forcing pills down your throat before you act? Because they'll start talking about harm prevention. Castrating men to satisfy their sick lust for power. Thank you, everybody. See you in the next video. Bye for now.